Hi, this is Snoop Dogg, and you're about to see the best sports and entertainment talk show on the internet with your host, Troy Geary, the man who seems to go to every sporting event, and Dave Stevens, born without legs, but won 7 Emmys and played college football and minor league baseball. Throw in Will Stein wherever Will Stein is, and you've got a heck of a show. It's the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. Faux shizzle.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Snoop Dogg, or the AI Snoop Dogg that we have. And we are here at Radio Row. And again, if you're watching us live, well, you better continue to watch us live because you never know who's going to show up. So if you're looking at the bottom of the screen, he's number one in our hearts. He was, I think, in the top 100 all-time Bears. Matt Forte, the former running back, a couple seasons at the Jets. But we are so happy to have you here. You are now a broadcaster. You're a podcast host. Tell us a little bit about that. He's working with my ex-buddy, Jason Romano from ESPN, and it's an amazing podcast network. If you don't know Jason's story, Google him. Go look at his book. It is a very faith-based network, and, of course, we need more of that. But enough of Jason. Let's get on to Matt. Matt, welcome. What are your thoughts? And, again, tell us about the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm the co-host with Jason on Sports
Is your
Spectrum.
mic on? Let me just make sure. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
There we go. Now it's on. I am, the co-host of Sports Spectrum podcast with Jason Romano. I've been doing that for a while now, and what Sports Spectrum is that we are the intersection between sports and faith, and not just faith, the Christian faith in Jesus Christ. So we interview a lot of people and talk with guys about sports and obviously their careers, but also life, because sports and life is bigger than just sports. And I've known that because I played a decade in the NFL, but then there is life after football. And what lasts, what creates a legacy, is only the only thing that really lasts is what you take with you beyond here. And it's not going to be money. It's not going to be cars, clothes, and fame. It's going to be what you do for other people. And so we let people tell their testimony, their stories, and talk about a lot of things that they've overcome, because a lot of it has commonalities with other people in humanity that have been tested and tempted by other things. And so it's been pretty fun doing that, and it's been a lot of fruit that has been bared out of that too.
And you talk about, I call it my legacy, that I'm leaving my legacy, but you talk about that legacy. So again, is yours more on the field or off the field? What is going to be your legacy?
Yeah, I would say my legacy would be off the field. On the field, I've been retired for going on 7 years now, and you meet people, and only those who are really super diehard Bears fans really know who you are. And at some point, you fade into darkness when it comes to your athletic career. Even the most famous, nobody's talking about Drew Brees right now, or talking about Tom Brady or whoever, that Jalen Hurts being in the Super Bowl. And, those things are great. Accolades are nice, but none of that really lasts. And so my legacy is going to be off the field. And an inheritance is something that you leave to somebody, but a legacy is what you leave within someone. And I think that is important to understand, because I have children of my own. I have other kids who may look up to me, or people who are sports fans. And I don't want them to just look at me and see football and that I ran a couple touchdowns for the Bears and, did some things like that. Life is much larger and much more complicated than that. And so a legacy has to be built on something that will last longer than this fleeting life.
Well, I know we got the Vikings fan over there that's going to roast you a little bit from your Bears time. But
he can't.
I want to just ask you quick, how tough is it to wear your faith on your sleeve? Because we've seen those athletes that it has ruined their careers. I mean, I think Tim Tebow was almost pushed out of the league because of his faith. So how tough is that in this day and age to be able to give Jesus Christ and the Lord the credit without taking all the backlash that everybody says?
I think it's something that's internal. You say wear it on your sleeve. I wear it inside, and the Bible actually says what's in the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So what's in me, it's gonna come out, and it's gonna be bold, and I'm gonna be unashamed about it, because when you understand the truth, as the Bible also says, the truth will set you free. And
Matt, we talk about that Chicago Bears, and again, they were a dynasty for a while. I mean, 86, 85, and they really haven't recovered since then. They haven't had that quarterback. They've had great running backs like yourself, almost wasted. But what do you think it's going to take for that organization as a whole to get to that next level and not get a Super Bowl loss next time?
Yeah, I think it's going to take. Obviously, when it comes to making the Super Bowl or just even being a competitive team in the NFL that makes the playoffs, year in and year out, or at least every other year, it takes from a top-down aspect, a really good, complete organization that has a really good winning culture or style. I think it's going to take a lot of change within the organization from top down when it comes to creating a culture that's a winning culture. And what goes into that is so much other stuff. It's getting the right parts and pieces. From even when I was there, our offensive line just really has never been one of those dominant offensive lines. And that's no shade to anybody who blocked for me or played like that. It's just the truth. Like, we never really had a dominant offensive line that could protect the quarterback and have a dominant run game. But I think it's going to take that, along with changing the way that the game is played, from not trying to be, NFL is a copycat league sometimes, and you try to do what other people are doing. When you play at Soldier Field, the field is not the greatest, and you're going to play the most impactful part of your season in wintertime. And you're going to have to run the ball and have great defense. And every time we've done that, the year 2010, the year 2006, we've had, the Urlachers, the Briggs, the Tommy Harrises, like these Pro Bowl guys on defense who really don't let teams score more than 13 points. And then you as an offense and special teams have to come up and pull your weight. And when I've seen that happen, we've often done a good job of getting to the playoffs but not finishing the deal.
And do you have a score prediction for Sunday? I know you've been analyzing both these teams all season, probably on your podcast. So what are your thoughts of the game?
I think it'll be an exciting game. Both offenses are really good. The Eagles, if they run the ball with Saquon and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, that's going to be a key for them to win. And then I really think it's going to come down to who has the ball the last and who has the least amount of turnovers. And so my score prediction is 38-35, and the Chiefs actually three-peat for the first time in NFL history.
Right.
I know it's not popular, and people are kind of like rooting against the Chiefs. I don't care either way because I'm not a fan of either one of them. But that's my prediction.
And I like that prediction because, again, I worked at ESPN for 20 years. Jason worked with me. All we heard about were the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
This, Brady, that, all that, Belichick. If we have three, no one's ever done it before. And then they're in that conversation where they talk about those dynasties in football. And I think that's what makes a sports fan. You want to see those kind of things. And granted, yes, it'd be nice for the Eagles, but Andy Reid is such a class guy, and it's like it's a win-win for the league. No matter who wins this game, it's great for the league. And we don't get a lot of those great matchups where it's down to the wire in the past couple of years. But I would like to see that. And I wanted to go back to what we talked about in that discussion as far as this podcast that you're doing. What makes it so unique? Because again, are people going to tune in because they want to hear more about faith, or are they going to tune in because you're going to open up these guys to talk about things that you're not going to hear on ESPN or TMZ or those other places?
I think it's a little bit of both. We're not just talking faith, because faith can be a general statement. There's many different faiths. I think the part where we talk about the fact of everyone being a born sinner. Like, I didn't have to teach my kids to lie or to cheat, and that happens. And so when that comes about, you need a savior. You need something to save your soul. And when you talk about that, Jesus Christ is the only one who came here to do that, and he died for the ones who even put him on the cross and crucified him. So it makes it unique in the aspect of you're not going to hear that on your radio shows or your ESPN or your NFL network. But also, people get to tell their own story. It comes to a point where in everybody's life where you understand that a lot of things are transient, a lot of things don't really exist beyond this life, and that what matters the most is where your soul is going to rest in eternity. And when they tell their stories of the trouble that they've been through or the ups and downs, a lot of people connect with those issues because, you can, maybe you're young and you say, I haven't really had anything traumatic happen to me, or like, just keep living. My pastor used to always say that, just keep living, and trials and temptation will come, and you'll need something to back you up when it comes to that.
Great answer. We just had, we just had Brett Favre on, and we talked about how his career took him to the Jets. So let's talk a little bit about that organization. I mean, everybody goes there thinking this is going to be the year they turn things around. This is going to be the year that it happens. But again, not the successes that you were hoping for in your career. So what's that organization like? What can they do to fix that ship?
I don't know. I don't know what the Jets can do. Some people may say the Jets are cursed, but I think that's a bit far. I also think when it comes to quarterbacks, everybody kind of likes a fixer-upper. They think that they can come in and the caliber of an Aaron Rodgers or a Brett Favre, they can really change and turn the ship around when it comes to where it's been headed. But unfortunately, it hasn't done that. My time with the Jets was great. I think the organization as a whole, they treat the families there. It's not transactional, and they love the families that play for them. And I think they have a lot of great resources when it comes to the health of the players and the preparation of it. I don't know. I don't even know what the issue. I'm kind of baffled by it as well. And when it comes down to it, it was really, when free agency as a 30-year-old.
My mic.
Sorry, I thought you had something. My bad here. Yeah. So what are you looking for this week? What are you going to be doing here on Radio Row? I mean, how has that transitioned from when we used to stick a mic in your face and ask you controversial questions to you now having to be the guy doing it?
Yeah, it's been fun. I think what I'm gonna be doing here is asking the questions. Not maybe not controversial, but I'll be asking a lot of questions to, dig into people's lives, to tell the real stories, the authentic thing about themselves that they want to share and let other people know. But then also I'll be representing a platform that accentuates everything that's good about humanity. And when you can, I guess, have the ability to be humble enough to understand that life is about you, but it's not all about you. Then I think that's a good thing, and it spreads. It's like spreading the love and the joy and the peace that comes with something that is greater than you are. I think when it comes to, and it's been fun because I'm on the other side, and when you look at professional athletics, there's a lot of pride and celebrityism and fame that comes, and it's like outside forces that come in, and they have the ability to seep into your heart and kind of change who you are character-wise or integrity-wise. But when you can combat that and really see that all people are humans, I just did something athletically different than someone else. It doesn't make me better or worse than anyone else. So it'll be fun, having people tell their own stories, and also just being back around the Super Bowl, in a different capacity than before when I used to be, herded around to different tables just to promote something,
Well, but now you're promoting something good.
Yeah.
So all faith-based things are good. And again, I was just curious, as a player, and I know you got to go soon, but as a player, how do you find those guys? Because again, some guys might be so embarrassed because lockers, they're so flamboyant personalities, they don't want to be picked on. So how do the faith-based players find each other? And are you able to help mentor the young ones now that don't know where to go to?
What's funny is a lot of them come to you. They see that there's something different about you. And as you, and it's not like I'm perfect or anything like that, but I think they see the lifestyle that is different. They hear the words that I speak that is not common with the culture of a locker room or of a society that is kind of anti-God, and it will make them kind of question certain things, and maybe you have the answers for it. So they a lot of times will leave their locker and come to you and ask you questions, and then I'm in charge is just planting the seed. I plant a seed there. I'm not in charge. I can't change anybody's thought process or perspective. As I plant a seed, and I know the Bible and I've read it. It says the Lord's word does not return void. And when I plant those seeds, it will do its own work. And God takes root, and hopefully it inspires them to read on their own and to understand more about what the faith in Jesus Christ is about and why they need that.
Well, Jason Romano is a wonderful guy. Again, worked with him at ESPN for a long, long time. How can we find your network? I know how to find it, but how can those out there watching our show find your network and share that?
We're on YouTube, X, Instagram, all of that. SportsSpectrum.com is where you can find us online. But our podcast is hosted everywhere that you can find podcasts. You can stream it anywhere.
All right, Matt, thanks for sitting down a little bit. Oh, let me put you on the spot. Greatest NFL memory if we're sitting in a bar or a church having some wine or something like that. What would be that one moment that pops into your brain every now and then from your professional or your college career?
Yeah, I have the perfect one. So Soldier Field opening day, it was always great to have a opening day home game. And we played, I think it was 2011 or 12. Yeah, 12 maybe. I had just re-signed with the Bears, new contract and all that stuff after fighting for it. And playing Indianapolis Colts, Andrew Luck is a rookie. He's coming in and highly touted rookie. And we beat them at home, but my parents came to the game and I was able to get them tickets. But for some reason, they were right in the front row of the end zone. And a lot of time the family section was like good seats, really good seats, but they weren't in the very front row. And so that happened opening day. I'm like, I got to score in that particular end zone. So got to halftime and I hadn't scored. I think I got close at the other end zone. And then right in the third quarter, we come down, we get into the red zone, and we get to about the 10-yard line. I get a good run, a zone play, cut back, and scored. And as soon as I got up from the ground, I ran right towards my mom and dad. And there's a picture. I don't know who the photographer was, but we got a great shot. You can see the stadium. You can see a little bit of the skyline, and I'm handing the ball to my dad. My dad was a player, defensive tackle at Tulane as well. So me and him both played at Tulane. He didn't make the NFL. He has 8-inch scars on both of the inside of his knees from MCL injuries. And it was kind of like passing the torch of like, you got to kind of play the game through me. And I'm able to like show, my gratitude for the sacrifices that he put in as a young athlete to, coach me, teach me, and also, to be a good father.
I imagine after that, though, your parents are like, hey, these crappy tickets for the other games. We had great seats.
Every other game it's kind of spoiled them, right?
All right, Matt Forte, we're going to hand you off to our good friend Kelly Williams. Thanks again for being part of this and setting down again one more time where they can watch your podcast with Jason.
Yeah, SportsSpectrum.com, and then all the streaming ports, on Apple, on anywhere podcasts are streamed, Sports Spectrum.
And Vikings fan Troy, have you forgiven him? Are you okay?
No, we had some great battles with the Bears over the years. He won some, we won some, but much respected.
Are you from Minnesota?
Yes.
Wow.
And I lived there 9 years.
Did you get stuck there, or you were like really?
No, I was there, born there.
No shade, Minnesota. No shade. I'm just saying it's cold in Chicago.
Yeah.
But Minnesota is like really cold. Yeah. I don't feel like anybody goes there on purpose. They get stuck.
And you're playing that crappy Metrodome, so at least that thing is.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
So. Yeah, it caved in one year. We had to play at.
You had to play at the Gopher Stadium.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, Matt, best of luck with you. You look like you just jump in and fill in for any team now.
I can. They don't want me anymore.
Oh.
The running back's coming back though. Running back's position is coming back. It's on its way.
I think Barkley has shown that,
right?
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
And Troy, we don't know who's coming up next, but we got Will out there grabbing. Again, you're going to go over talk to Kelly Williams. We got a plethora of stars and people all week long. Ryan Leaf is over here. Mitchell is going to come over, former Redskins running back. Michelle Beadle we'll talk to a little bit later. So watch us on all social media platforms. You've been watching Geary, Stan, and Stevens, wherever Will is. Will's right here. Come say hi real quick. That's long enough. Okay, get out of here. All right, you're watching the Geary, Stein, and Stevens show. We'll be live again. I don't know with who, but you want to watch us, check us out on all media platforms. And again, supporting us with all the great people that are here. For Troy, myself, and Will, we're just messing with you. I'm Dave Stevens. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different.
Michelle.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a job. It's serendipity. Introducing the world's first temporary airbrush tattoo kiosk, iTattoo, bringing wearable, shareable temporary body art to live events. iTattoo stands for Interactive Temporary Airbrush Tattoo Unit. The team is raising additional capital for this incredible iTattoo concept, putting ink on skin at scale. I'll say it again, folks, ink on skin at scale. This will be the coolest addition to any event, and imagine the reactions when you add body art to the mix. Cool kiosks for a large venue or event. And it's super sponsorable. If you or anyone is interested in talking about the cap raise or the unit itself, please reach out to Nathan or Chris at itattoo.life.
Hi, my name is Shigil Duggar, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pi. My passion is and always has been helping people. That's why I created Pi. I wanted to devise solutions that would make it easier for businesses to become more efficient and effective to drive profitability, while at the same time helping the customers they serve. Our newest self-service solution is a perfect example of that collaboration. Business leaders told us they wanted a smaller alternative to the larger freestanding kiosks they already love, and we delivered with our newest product. A countertop device we call Eclair introduces space-saving, compactness, versatility, and convenience. When it comes to our self-service solutions industry specifically, we put considerable stock in a quote from Alan Key. People who are really serious about software should make their own hardware. That's Pi in a nutshell. To ensure we produce the best self-service options, we do it all, designing and developing our own hardware and software. The bulk of our business involves the food industry, catering to an evolving industry with technology that is ever evolving itself. Our customers aren't necessarily in traditional restaurant locations. They're in malls, food trucks, and pop-up stands. Additionally, we perform considerable research of consumer trends and behaviors, trying to forecast what they will want and need as it relates to self-service in the short and long term. It's challenging, but exciting and satisfying work. Visiting the restaurant of one of our partners and seeing customers effortlessly order and pay for food through a Pi kiosk puts a huge smile on my face.